guys, welcome back to another episode of SoSheSaid. I'm Asha.
I'm Tam.
And today we have a special guest here. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Kelsey. I am Asha's cousin.
Yes, and she's also a social media influencer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your social media? She's Kelsey. SHESKELSIE.
And a YouTuber as well.
A little low-key YouTuber. I try a little dabble here and there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And how is that? How long have you been trying to, YouTube and... For a long time. In high school, I started, watching YouTube consistently, like at nighttime, just a lot of videos, and I was getting inspired through the videos I watched. And I've been wanting to do it for a long time. It's just hard with the consistency.
Yeah.
Keeping up with it and continuously filming and editing and uploading. So that's the only thing, as far as me diving into that. But I've been wanting to do it. It's hard to stay consistent, for me at least.
And it takes a lot of time.
A lot of time. That's why I guess it is a full-time job for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But
they get paid from it, though, too.
Okay, they get paid. That's good money, but it's just a lot of time.
Yeah.
Dedication. And it's hard, if you got, a 9-to-5 or other, obligations, it's hard.
Like a kid.
I can only imagine. I see people that post every day. Right. And I'm just I have no idea. Because firstly, you have to plan things to do to film. Right. And then you got to have the time outside of filming to edit.
That takes the most time.
And post it. And it's oh my God.
You're doing that every day, so you don't do much else.
Right. So that's why I guess it is a full-time job, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So what's on the Volt playlist for the week?
This week... The sun was out. I was feeling good. And Asha turned me on to... I already knew that this girl was, Instagram famous, but I didn't know that she took rapping seriously now. Light-skinned Keisha.
That's my bitch.
Yeah. I knew about her, on IG and stuff, but I didn't know that she was, starting to rap. So I listened to her CD, and I really like it. So I've been listening to Trap and Hid Licks. If that makes me ratchet, oh well. I've been listening to Grave by Summer Walker. It's one of my favorite songs by her.
Oh my God, I love her. Is that off the Clearwater album?
Yes.
Oh my God. Riot?
It's so good. Riot is good too.
That's my jam. That's my jam.
I've been listening to the old, well, it's not old, but it's been out for a little while already. Ariana Grande, Bad Idea. She has some pretty cool songs on this.
I heard that one was good.
This CD, so if you listen to that. And then I was listening to Benz by Solange. I really, really like that song. It's the only song that's sticking.
Really?
From this album. Besides, Wait Till the Show is cool, but it doesn't stick like Benz sticks, and I'm mad that it's so short.
There was this one song, I forgot the title of it, but it kind of had me feeling like I was in outer space. I was listening to it at work, and I was there's a couple songs on there that I like. I don't vibe as much to it I did a seat at the table, but I don't know. I love Solo.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. It's super quick. It's a 30-minute album, so I was cleaning up, and I wasn't even done cleaning up, and it was over.
Yeah.
Oh, my jam lately was by her. That's what I've been banging lately. Against Me.
Okay.
Oh my God, that spoken word segment that she does in there, just touched my soul. So yeah, I don't know. I've been on that. But sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your.
No, it's fine. That's it. That's all I got.
Okay. Netflix, we could skip that because I just don't really have much to say about it at the moment.
Okay, I was watching this show on Hulu, and it's called White Dragon. Oh, no, it's not Hulu. It's Amazon Prime. My bad.
Oh, no, that's fine. Any platform's cool.
There are a lot of apps on my TV, and I just watch it there. But it was crazy. So let me tell you a little bit. This guy it starts off, and this guy is in London. He's married to this lady, and they seem super normal. He gets a call late night. She dies, and he has to go to Tokyo because that's where she worked. And he finds out she had a whole nother family, a whole husband. And it's woo, ladies aren't usually the ones to have the double life thing going on.
That's hard. That's typically not a trait of a woman.
No, but that's what made it so deep. And it was I could not take my eyes off of it. Damn, she played both of y'all.
Damn.
And I'm would you still try to find out how this person died or get justice for their death if they lied to you that? I'm going back home.
At that point, we good. It's cool. I'm off it.
I mean, she a liar. She died. Should be happening.
Okay, it's all good, but she gone. So it ain't about it.
It's a wrap. Thank God I didn't have a kid with her. Sorry about you, bro.
You feel me?
I'm not about to do this with you.
That's funny.
Have you been watching anything?
On Netflix, 7 Seconds. That's probably old news. Have y'all heard of it?
No.
7 seconds. Okay.
7 Seconds. It's with Regina King.
Yes, I
It's
heard about
good.
that.
It's about her son is killed in a hit and run.
Oh, I did start to watch
It's really
that.
good. It's really good. It's kind of slow in the beginning, kind of slow, but then it starts picking up, like, trying to figure out who did, or they find out who did it. It's the cops, and the cops are all in cahoots with it, trying to cover up for each other. They killed her son, and they got all types of clues as to how to get them charged, but then the cops are doing all types of things under the, like, behind the scenes to, like, not
Cover
get
it
charged.
up.
Right. So it's a lot of back and forth, but it's really good if you like dramas and stuff like that.
Shady.
Miss
Regina King just won an Oscar.
I love her.
It was very proud of her, and she gave a great speech.
She did.
She won it for If Beale Street Can Talk. I don't know if you guys seen that.
No.
I saw it was one of the saddest movies I've seen in a long time.
What?
If you're not in the mood to be depressed.
You
I
know
say
I'm
skip
not.
it.
I don't watch that stuff.
It was crazy. I only watched it because I like James Baldwin, and he like wrote the book that they turned into a movie. So I'm like, yeah, I'm so juiced to see this. No, it was sad.
Yeah.
The guy was in jail the whole time. I was like,
Sad
why?
stuff, that's draining.
Yeah, but it's like the sad stuff always gets the award, so it makes me sad. Like,
because the
dang.
drama and the acting, it got to be on point.
Right? Do they just want to see black people going through it, and they be like, "Here, take this Oscar."
Yeah, that's why they always put us in slave movies.
Right? Or the stupid reverse driving Miss Daisy.
Wait.
Green Book, it had the white guy driving the black man. It was like, oh, I like the way y'all mix this up.
Finally, right? Oh my goodness. Well, today, we have a special segment today. And we're going to call this Growing Up Biracial.
Yeah.
So, before I go ahead and tell your life story, because I mean, I don't really know it, but you know, like, what's your ethnic background for the people?
My mother's black, full black. My dad is half white, half Japanese.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. But, yeah, so I'm 50% black, 25 white and Japanese. What do I look like to you guys? Hispanic.
Kinda. Yeah.
Growing up, all people would do was start talking Spanish to me. And I'm like,
Well,
Right.
that's why I had to start learning.
I feel like I can't answer because,
No, because you know, so it's hard, huh?
I mean, you're my family.
Yeah.
So.
Especially here in LA, I do get how people just look at you and just start speaking Spanish.
I understand. That's how, like growing up, even as a little girl, like, they'd be like, hola, ¿cómo estás? I'm like, yo.
Remember you used to fake talk Spanish?
Fake talk Spanish, like, what?
No,
I literally would be mumbling.
Yeah, no, I really thought, like, and then my auntie Kai was like, no, she doesn't speak Spanish. I was like,
She used
oh,
to
well.
Messy. She was like, I believed her.
me out. It sounded very convincing.
Swear to God, I used to go like this. And people used to fall for that? What?
I did. So.
Hilarious.
But what was that like? Because, I mean, me and you are cousins, and we grew up in the same family, but, like, I'm sure we had, like, very different experiences growing up.
Yeah.
So.
It was a lot of different, like, pressures on as far as identity, you know. I grew up out here as a little girl, and I went to a primarily black school, okay? So they got me. I looked like a little, like a Mexican girl.
Yeah.
And so, like, things would happen, like, my daddy, you know my dad. He's white, but he ain't white. You feel me?
Uncle Steve isn't white.
He's white, but he's not white. So, when you got your dad, look, your mom full black. They see my mom, they're like, oh no, she's adopted.
Yeah.
But then you got your white daddy coming up to the school doing white people things, like with no shoes on and shit. Like, this is some white shit. And then people would make fun of me, like, oh, Kelsey daddy white? Oh, Kelsey mama black? She adopted. Like, what? So it was a lot of that type of stuff. And then girls would be like, oh, she's trying to act black, or oh, she da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I am what I am, you know?
So I have a cousin that's mixed. She's Puerto Rican and black, and she stopped going to school in 9th grade because she just got into too many fights. Like, this girl cut her hair. She used to get fights in the bathroom all the time, and she was just like, finally she came home. She's like, I can't handle it. So
That's
either
all I
I'm
was
gonna go to
doing.
juvenile hall, or y'all gonna let me go to homeschool.
That was gonna be me, but instead I moved out to the suburbs.
Okay.
To Marietta. I was fighting all the time. All the time. Like, getting jumped at bus stops. I used to get bused out to Paul Revere in the Palisades, but my bus stop would be on Normandy.
Yeah.
On Normandy. And the girls, they would go to, like, the manual arts and stuff like that, but they would just, you know, always just try to press me over stuff. So I was literally fighting all the time. like all the time.
Oh, that's sad.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Does it make it hard to make friends too? Like
It did. Okay, so middle school, I always just easily clicked with the black crowd. That's just how I clicked. But then I was always, even at a young age, I was open to not having, having a diverse amount, like a diverse range of friends. So I would try to hang out with white people too, but it just never meshed.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't like them or they didn't like me. It's just the backgrounds just never meshed.
Yeah.
Do you ever struggle with like identity?
So like if someone asked me, what are you? Or what do you identify yourself as?
Yeah. Because you have a lot of different cultures, and they're all strong cultures. So black culture is pretty strong, white people, dominant culture here, and then Japan, pretty homogenous country.
Right. So like, because the thing is, if I were to say, oh, I'm black, I'm not full black.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Japanese, I don't look full Japanese. Oh, I'm white, that's not going to pass either. Yeah. So I just literally identify as I'm multiracial, and I just got to say what I am. But when it comes to, what are those things called? Applications? Job applications and stuff like that, when they got like the multiple different things, it really depends on what it is I'm applying for, so that's how I can kind of use that too. So like if it's a college, you just gotta, I don't know, I just kind of use that as how like identifying just to wait, like to advance. So sometimes it depends. Maybe I'll say I'm primarily white. Like if they didn't give me the option to pick multiple things, I could say white to see if my chances can advance, for this opportunity. Or if it's like something to where I think that they'll maybe pick someone that's more so black, I would choose black primarily. Because at the end of the day, it's not a lie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's, I guess that's how I used to go about it, or still do go about it when it comes to like applications and stuff like that. But I do identify as like multiracial.
If you had $1 for every time someone asked, what are you? How many dollars would you have?
In one day? Or like through my lifespan?
Throughout your lifespan.
A lot of dollars. I'd probably be well off.
And do you take offense to that when people ask, what are you?
No, because I understand. I don't, if you don't assume that I'm something, then I understand that it can be like confusing, or people just inquire. I don't get offended. And I just tell them, they'd be like, what? Are you serious? I thought you were like South American or something like that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What about with guys? Because I know girls that are pretty multiracial like you, and they get super annoyed and sort of offended too that guys come up to them and it's like, treat them like an exotic animal. Like, oh my God, what are you? Like, wow, you look so different.
Right. No, I get that. But I don't get offended. I don't. I treat it, I don't take it like personal or get offended. It's just funny to me, like, because they do come up and treat you like you're exotic, like they ain't never seen nothing like you before. Like, people do that. So it's kind of like, dang, act like you ain't never seen nobody that's mixed before or something like that. But
because it's like you still do look like groups of people.
Right.
That's why people try to assign you to groups. Like, oh, you're Mexican, you're South American, blah, blah, blah.
No, and I totally get it.
So when guys are just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, they do. That's
the crazy thing is you look exactly like your mom.
I do.
They have the exact same face.
Like the features?
Okay. Yeah.
I do.
But like, they're just not the same color.
Okay.
My mommy, she's brown skin. Chocolate. I mean, not like chocolate, but she's chocolate. Milk chocolate.
So did that happen to you too when you were young, being out with her and people don't think she's your mom?
What? Yes. They would look at my mom crazy like, who is this little light-skinned girl with her? Like, not light-skinned, but like, right. Like, is she adopted? Like, dead? Like, they would think that's not her kid.
That's hard.
That's rough. That's rough. It used to hurt my feelings so bad in elementary school when people would say that. It used to hurt my feelings.
And kids are mean, so our kids were like, that's not your mom.
Bullied. But I was dead-ass bullied. That's when I started fighting in elementary school because of that type of stuff.
Do you feel like on a regular basis you have to constantly prove your blackness to people?
I did. Before I stopped caring, I did. I felt like, oh my God, yeah, I had to feel like I had to prove my blackness. And it was always having to prove my blackness, not having to prove
anything else.
Right.
Yeah.
Not having to prove being white, not having to prove being Japanese. I always had to feel as though I had to prove that I was black.
But do you think it's because on site, you don't fit into either of those groups anyway.
Probably.
So you don't have to prove that. And then white people, because of just how society is structured here in America, they're the majority. So
right. So it's like,
and you're proving that you're white. They're like, okay, sure, sit down over there.
Exactly.
Like, it's a whole bunch of white people here.
Exactly. Exactly.
But for black people, we're like, you have to be all of us. You got to prove that you're 100.
Right.
You really down with the clique.
Right. That's so factual. 100%. That's so true.
And in Asian people, it's more like respectability. So if your family is super cultural in that, then they would just see it in ways, I guess, like what you eat, or what you do, and they'd be like, "Oh, you're one of us. Come sit."
Right. So my Japanese, my last name and my middle name is Japanese. So I had a teacher. Okay, so like in the Asian culture, stereotypically or even just typically, being smart is kind of what's expected, and that's just real. And I was never the typical Asian, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, on my grades. That just wasn't me. Mm-hmm. So I had a teacher in middle school, Mr. Carnine. I remember this motherfucker's name because he was so disrespectful. But he was like, you're not living up to your last name because my grades weren't as good. And my last name's Saito. And I was like, damn.
So he tried to Asian check you, like you making us look bad.
Right. Hella Asian checked me.
Aww.
So it's all types of different little things that like was a big factor, like growing up being multiracial. It was hella stuff.
Jeez.
I know.
That sounds really hard.
It was hard, mainly just because of the identity thing. But then as I got older, it's like I stopped caring, like, okay, I'm done fighting. I went through that phase of fighting everybody. I got past that. I grew up. Like, I had to be mature.
Okay, so this is a random question, but I wonder, like, in our family, did you ever feel like an outsider?
No.
Okay.
Our family, like, they're hella Black people in general, they're the most super accepting.
Yeah.
Super accepting. Mm-hmm. And our family, super accepting. I never felt out, like different. Never. Mm-mm.
Okay.
And then you have other cousins that are mixed too with different things. Mm-hmm. So if anything, some of you could have bonded together over that.
Right.
Like if you felt away.
Who in our family else is mixed?
I was just thinking the same thing.
Like at least our age to where we could even bond. I'm trying to think.
Right.
Yeah. Summer.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I was like, I had a blank moment.
I was like, wait. I'm thinking like,
I'm like, I'm not about to start naming people in your family. That's disrespectful.
But
did your brother have a hard time? Because in my opinion, I think your youngest brother looks the most Black.
Christian?
Yes.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think so too.
Out of the three of you guys, so I always wondered if he had like a different experience. Like, you know how you said you always have to prove your Blackness, like, does he just like show up and they're like, oh yeah, that's believable, like you look Black? Like,
I don't even know about Christian. I don't know if he had to go through any of that, to be honest with you,
because he just looks like visibly Black.
Right. I don't think he ever had to go through having to prove anything. I don't think. Kyle looked like a straight Islander. You take him to an island, take his shirt off, he get tan, he fit right in, like he belonged there.
Yeah, the first time I saw him, he came over to our apartment. We were in college, and I was like, he just looks Hawaiian.
Yeah,
like, he doesn't look
that's
Black.
What people immediately think is like Hawaiian Islander, Pacific Islander, or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then Christian, I think he don't even have to check, like he's Black. Maybe he got a little something in there.
He's light skinned.
Yeah, but for me, it was always like, what is she like?
But I feel like if one of your brothers looked like you, especially growing up in LA, they would have had to the real nigga thing. It
no, right.
Like he would have fight to prove that he's hard.
Right.
Because people are like, oh, you light skin, curly hair, you not.
Right. But fortunately, before they even started maturing and looking like coming into themselves, we were already out there.
In the suburbs.
Yeah, we were already out there in the suburbs. Mm-hmm. So Christian was like 5. I think, or maybe like 5 or 6, little kid, like 2nd grade, I think, or 3rd grade out there.
And suburbia is like a completely different place because I feel like everyone's, from what I observed living in like Marietta, Temecula, like there's a lot of like interracial couples that are out in the suburbs. That's pretty much all there is.
That's all there is.
When I moved to Riverside, I used to be in the mall in the grocery store, and it was like we were the only 2 Black people together. And it was super awkward. Like, is this where they came? Like, to be accepted or like to start their own community?
Right.
Because it's all the couples in the mall. All the kids are like brown, tan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot of interracial couples.
But see, I felt like living in the Inland Empire, I had a hard time too because I was just Black.
Right.
Yeah.
And I felt like everybody was checking for the mixed girl, the light-skinned girl. And, like, for a minute, I was like, I didn't even think I was pretty until I moved to the city. And then I was like, oh, shit, like, y'all do like black girls.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's the thing out there. That's the thing. Like, they put the mixed girls, like, on a higher, you know what I'm saying?
I think that's everywhere.
Yeah, I was going to say, for me, going to public school or charter school out here in LA, it's the same thing, but there's less. So it's like 3-4 mixed girls. And when we were in high school, I call them the Alicia Keys black girls. And it's like, they're getting the top picks.
Right.
So, like, the quarterback nigga, the boy here with money, the boy with the car, like, that's her boyfriend on site, and then we got the rest. Like, it's what? I'm the light-skinned black girl. I get second choice then.
No, I feel
the dark-skinned black girls, they got it the worst.
Right.
Everybody's just fucked up to them. It is what it is. Unless they got a crazy body.
Okay? It's rough. I already know. It's hard out here. It's hard.
And then those be the girls that want to fight you.
For what? Like,
because it's like you can't control, and that's something like I had to learn later on in high school, maybe 10th grade. Like, it's not the girls that are starting the drama, it's the boys. Like, the boys pick her, and then we all want to fight her because of him. That doesn't make sense.
that's all I dealt with. And I'm like, are y'all serious?
That doesn't make sense. She can't help it that he likes her. It doesn't
And I don't even know you. I don't know you. You want to fight? I mean, I guess, but
that
dang.
shit be crazy.
Like, for what? It's ridiculous, and it's crazy. It's crazy, for real.
And I didn't have friends like that in high school. I used to try to sit by myself on purpose. I just watched like, damn, they really about to fight her. That's fucked up.
I hella, like, after seeing that type of stuff and just getting in the mix with people out there, I started being like that. Even I played sports all high school, so I was into that mostly high school. But then, like, I started seeing the way people were out there and the girls. That's why, like, for females anyway, I can't get along because girls are just so, like, messy.
Yeah.
They're just so messy.
All the time.
All the time. And it's so ridiculous. And I just can't associate. I
feel like maybe high school might be the worst time in, like, girl culture lives because it's just unbridled. Like, it's like the animal kingdom.
Yeah.
It's the girls get
like
to be
mean
their
girls.
Yes, they're cattiest, they're meanest.
Ruthless.
And there's, like, no check on it.
Right. And then if you wanted to be cool with more boys, you become a what? A hoe.
Yeah.
You become a hoe, and you messing with the whole team and shit. And it ain't even like that.
I knew girls, I'm on God, that were virgins.
Straight up.
And everybody was like, she's a slut. She's a hoe.
And it's just like, I mess with the dudes because they not as messy as you weirdos. Just talking stuff on everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I just wasn't that type of person.
And then because you're pretty and you're hanging out with the boys and they get jealous and
So basketball. I played basketball. Okay. And the whole, like, basketball team, they just used to lie on me for no absolute reason. Like, we would go, I played travel ball, and we would go to Vegas. We would go here, there, like, for travel season. And they would just lie on me, like, oh, Kelsey was out at the pool at 8 o'clock with the other with the dudes' basketball team. First off, the pool was closed at 7 o'clock. So there ain't no way I could have been at no pool at 8 o'clock, okay?
And I've been on trips like that. The chaperone people be on it. They be in the halls.
Like what? I don't know.
By the elevators. On the real stalker shit. Where are you going, Miss Miller? I'm like
what? It's just crazy. It's just a lot of different things. Like, it's just hard. Like, in a lot of different ways. Like, growing up, you know, just like with the way people are.
Are you, like, nervous for, like, your son?
Kinda. Because the shit I went through, look, that's why I sometimes like, dang, I don't know if I want to make more kids to bring into this, like, this world at this time. Just like with the way people are.
But I feel like, honestly, like, I think it was, like, a study I read, too. Like, in, like, some years, we're all going to, like, look the same.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 2030 or something, the browning of America.
Yeah, everyone's going to be, like, fluorescent beige.
No, yeah.
That's what has the white supremacists all freaked out. That's why they're about that action right now. They're like, you will not replace us.
But yeah, I think about that and I look at my son like, what does this little boy even look like? Some days he looks like black, you know, and some days he don't look black. Like, he has light brown, curly, super curly hair, full lips, a cute little button nose, and he's super, like, low-key high yellow. And he has a lot of, like, African-American features, but, like, the texture of his hair doesn't match up. So it's like he's going to be a little bit of a...
so is his dad mixed too?
No, his dad's full black.
Okay.
So he's majority black. He got a little bit of Japanese and white in him from me, but that's like, what, 15, 10?
But it's still going to be like a weird mix because of you.
You know what's interesting to me? Everyone always says that the black gene is the most dominant, but, like, not really.
No.
I don't think so.
I used to think so. The black gene is a dominant gene, but it depends on what other genes is coming in contact with. Because that Asian gene is very strong.
Yeah, because I'm like, look at you. Like,
and it's like with me, not one gene took over more than the other, I don't think. I feel like it was totally like, you know, kind of, I don't know. Because I don't know. I don't even know what I look like sometimes. I look at myself like, what do I even look like? And I just go with Hispanic like everybody else because
oh my God.
I don't know.
Right, because that's the easiest category to fit you in.
It's just what I look like. I mean, I'm not, but it's like, I don't know.
Or like, I don't know if you see on Instagram, all the Brazilian people, they're very mixed. I guess they're like one of the most mixed groups of people on the planet. You would fit in over there because like, everybody's just brownish.
Brownish, right.
Different types of hair.
Right. No, it could be curly, you know?
Yeah, so.
Yeah, it's a lot of different things.
That'd be interesting, like, to take, like, an ancestry test or whatever.
I want to.
Yeah.
Because I might turn out not to even be what I think I am. You know, that's what happens.
That is what happens to people.
A lot of people.
You took one, right?
Yeah, I took one. And then the crazy thing is it changes over time. I guess the more people that take it, it gets more DNA into the bank, so I guess it can pinpoint more places where you're from. So originally mine had like 19% Nigerian, all these other crazy places. I didn't have like a full 20% anywhere.
Really?
And then now it's like 30-something% Cameroon, Congo, and then it's all this other stuff. Like, but it's for sure 75% African, 25% white.
Oh, but then within those percentages, there's multiple different things.
It's all this different stuff. Yep. So I'm like, I don't know who this white person is in my
right.
family, but clearly it's from slavery time.
Okay,
that's
right.
my next point. Like, the interesting thing here is that, you know, like how you said you had such a hard time, like, proving, like, that you were black and whatnot.
Yeah.
But the thing is there's no such thing as a pure black person because of slavery.
Right.
Like, I mean, like, African, like, if you're going to say that, like, oh, I'm completely from Africa, then you're African. But if we're talking African American, then there's no such thing as, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because we, like, what the only thing I could narrow it down to, all the books and all the study stuff that I like to do is, like, the American Negro is a unique thing. And it's like we're the most new race on the planet because we were only invented because of African slaves came here and we mixed with all the people that were here in America. So that's Native Americans. That's all the different types of European people that came out here for opportunity to make money. And we all been mixed with them over time. Plus then us mixing by ourselves once we get free. So Caribbean people, Islanders, Spanish people.
Yep.
So, yeah, there is no, like, the Negro is real mixed up.
That's crazy.
So, I think that goes into even why people like you, and then you look like, I don't know, because your mom is mixed with stuff, too, but she doesn't know.
Right.
And then your dad is mixed.
Right. And that could go other ways, too. It's a
there's a Native American in our family.
Native American.
They say,
I want to take a test. I want to take one.
There's, like, this, like, did you hear Granddaddy was supposed to be, like, French and, like, Native American, and, like, he wasn't black? I was just like, what?
Like what? So that means grandmother is half of what that is, and all 8 of them gotta be a quarter or whatever of what she is.
Yeah.
So it's a lot.
You just don't know.
You just really don't know unless you know.
And I would have never guessed that I had that much white. But then after I took it, it's like, yeah, both my parents are super duper light skinned. So they had to be something like they're not African, like she's saying. They don't look like people from the continent.
Right. It just goes back all the way back. That's crazy to even think about.
So in 2030, 2040, everybody gonna look like Drake.
Let's hope not. So moving into 2019, let's get into this college scandal.
Crazy. So did you hear about it?
Yeah, a homegirl from Full House.
Becky.
She done paid to get her kids into college. That's crazy.
So the craziest part to me is that what I found out after the fact. So of course everybody saw it blown up on the news and on social media that these 50 parents are being arrested for paying this guy to basically get their children into school by any means necessary.
That's
to be honest though, I would have did the same shit for my kids if I had money like that and I had kids. Yeah.
But damn, they're celebrities though.
I know.
That's a public image. I mean, if I was just regular, I guess.
Like,
but when that shit popped out,
right? But let's just slide her into Harvard.
For real.
for me though, okay, the guy's name is William Rick Singer, and he was the CEO of this fake college company that he put together, and he's running it out of his nice ass Newport Beach house, which was crazy.
That's crazy.
So it's like he just got caught up for making a business out of it and not doing it on the one-off basis. Like, okay, I got your kid, whatever.
So he's arrested right now?
Yeah, he's indicted. He's going to jail. These federal crimes. Mail fraud, all types of stuff. They were photoshopping those kids' faces on athletes' bodies, sending it into the school. Like, y'all really...
So, like, my track picture in the yearbook,
stop.
someone else's face could have been right on top.
And you know that's how they got caught. Because somebody's like, wait a minute, those are my shoes.
That's how they... No.
You know how proud athletes are, too. I
Right.
was at Arcadia.
Right.
Not this bitch. Who's this?
Right.
You didn't set no records,
The
bitch.
Photoshop, though, that's the best they
shooting
did.
in the gym.
You was not with me shooting in the gym. Now you want a college scholarship?
I'm just mad they photoshopped.
I didn't even get a scholarship. And you want one?
That's rough.
But the girl from Becky, she paid $500,000 for each kid. She got 2 of her daughters put on the rowing team, and none of these little girls have ever gotten to a rowboat.
Well, did you see that one's like a famous YouTuber?
She's a YouTuber, and she was on YouTube like, you know, I just plan on going to game days.
I don't really think I'm going to go to class like that because I don't really like school.
She's like, but all you guys know that.
But yeah.
She's a YouTuber, the girl that got into the school? Or
She didn't want to go to college.
No, she didn't want to go to college at all.
Okay, so is she going to jail? Are the children going to jail?
So that's the unique thing. They're saying that all of the children have pled innocence. Like, they didn't know any of this was going on.
Oh, they're not taking the rap for their
parents. You don't let your parents go under.
Dang, I would split the time with my mom. Like, damn, she split the bread for me. For real? I got at least take some of the time. That's crazy.
You gotta have your mom back.
Know.
Look, you know if you dumb and you all of a sudden get into Stanford, you're like, how did this happen?
No. Oh, my God.
They said this guy went the extra mile, was getting the students to do writing samples that kind of looked stupid, so then they could say they had a learning disability, so they could get the SAT taken by themselves. That was some real scam shit. I'm like, I didn't know that was possible.
I was so pissed when I read the SAT thing. That test was fucking hard. If I could have paid somebody to take the shit for me,
SAT was difficult.
I would have.
What kind of scam shit is this? And then the girl is all on Instagram, and again, this is how you get caught up. You get too comfortable. She's doing partnerships like, I'm so happy to be in college. Look at me with this.
And Sephora snatched their sponsorship
yes,
from her.
they did.
I need her YouTube handle. What is she big time?
Her name is Olivia Jade.
Mm-hmm.
And
Jade.
yeah, I guess her dad is the founder of Massimo, the stuff they sell at Target. And so she's on YouTube, and she's like, yeah, I really admire my dad because he basically scammed his parents. So his parents sent him out of state for college, and they were paying his tuition, but he had dropped out, and he was using the money to start his company.
She pretty much snitched like he did the same shit.
So did dad have money off of Massimo? Because if that's the case, why are you putting yourself at risk doing that? She didn't get it. It was admissions. It was
to get in.
Oh, damn.
Because you still got to be smart to get into these schools. It don't matter how much money you got.
Right.
So all of these people, the CEOs caught up, people that just own regular companies, government officials.
Dang.
Really lying to get their kids. But for me, I think this is stupid because the whole Ivy League college thing is a scam for rich people. Like, if your parent went, you automatically get to go.
Right. That's
so
crazy.
how is that not a scam? You mad because I paid? Because I was an actress, so I don't have like this long legacy. I don't come from old money.
Right.
I just got my weight up right now, and I want my daughter to have a good opportunity. So I'm trying to, finesse a little something, get her to UCLA.
That's a crazy scenario. That's crazy. For real.
Doesn't that just make you like upset as a normal person?
Kinda. Well, it just makes me upset that I didn't have the money to do it myself.
Right.
I was gonna say, for me, it doesn't really make me upset. It just puts out there what I've always thought and what people have always said. Because even when we went to FIDM, there was this big scandal at USC from this girl. Her parents are like executives at some Fortune 500 company, and she had paid these other people to do all her reports and her assignments, basically all 4 years, and she was about to graduate. And I guess somebody told, or somebody else had the same paper that she turned in.
Money talks.
Yeah, and it was this big deal, and all they said was, "Oh, she can't graduate now."
After all that time.
But it's like, you already paid, you already been here, you met all your friends.
Right.
You're going to be fine in real life. But so this kind of stuff been happening. And it's like, they only found out about this because a parent snitched. He was probably mad because he didn't have the bread to get his daughter in, and she didn't make it. He wore a wire.
He did?
To meet the guy and was like, yeah, we'll pay. We'll get my daughter on this team. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm going to give you this much money.
Snitch.
And snitch. So they wouldn't even found out.
That's crazy. That's all bad. I'm sure they're all hurt. So I'm just worried about Full House. What's her name? Lori?
Full House, yes.
That's
Becky.
sad. Becky, she's going to jail?
The face of this entire thing.
And Felicity Huffman, the lady from Desperate Housewives.
Which one is she? The redhead or the brown? I don't know.
That's
the only one I really know.
Felicity Huffman.
That's so sad.
Yeah,
I liked her.
Sad.
No,
She's
she looks
so pretty.
Stupid. She's going to go to jail?
Prison.
She was on Desperate Housewives.
Oh no, stupid McNupids. I can't. I can't. That's all bad. That's all bad.
Oh my God. And the lady from Yale, she was paid $400,000 to get somebody's kid on the volleyball team that didn't play volleyball.
So how does that work though? Because don't you got to have some type of skill, like mechanical aptitude, like some type of skill set at least to even set the bench?
Look, I don't know, because I've always heard from, boys in the hood, they complain about these things. And they're like, this nigga made the team. He's from Florida. He's not even from out here. I don't know how he got to our school. What the fuck? Now he's starting.
Right.
This is not fair. And I'm like, I don't know how that happened. Like, how did this high schooler appear from Florida?
I believe
what's going on.
All types of weird stuff probably happens behind the scenes.
And then think about Reggie Bush. He was out here. I guess he's from the Valley. All of a sudden, his parents get this nice house, and his brother's going to private school. And
Messy.
Reggie Bush
you scammers should be nervous.
See, like it don't matter if you.
Saying,
it don't matter if
I'm
you
excited that you should be nervous, but
that's. I couldn't scam because it don't matter how long it'll come back.
It'll come back.
Years later, the feds will come knock your door down for a crime you committed 10 years ago.
Fire Festival.
Oh my God. Did you guys see the documentary?
That shit was so deep.
But
that made me sad because I'm like, I couldn't come up with an idea like this.
Right. But he's got some time too.
Yeah, he's gonna go to jail. But you know what I hate to make it about race, but you know what that whole movie taught me? If you're a white boy with a nice suit and a nice, like life, you got a nice apartment, it look like people will believe anything you say.
Fucking, what's his name? The guy from The Wolf of Wall Street?
Yes.
He got away with it too.
Yeah, Jordan Belfort?
Yeah.
And he's straight now, back out in the streets, still rich.
Motivational
speaker ass nigga. Get out of here. So if you're a white boy and you got some money for a nice Armani suit and you can rent a car, you can finesse some people out of some money.
That's crazy.
You got Ja Rule in the mix.
Okay, that Fire Festival documentary had me like, dang.
But the crazy part to me was like, it could have happened.
Hella could have happened.
His planning skills were just very poor.
The timeline.
Yeah.
And I think he oversold. And that was his kryptonite, is he kept going bigger and bigger when it could have been scaled back.
Yeah.
And even people's expectations could have been like managed a little bit better.
Right.
By like, yeah, y'all coming out to the beach and it's going to be camping like Coachella, but on a beach and it's going to be popping. He made it seem like there's going to be this hotel.
Luxury camping and shit.
Bro, come on. You did the most.
I was like, what? And then they were showing like how it was raining and
but then the crazy part was the people still showed up.
Hella showed up.
To that.
Hella showed up.
My thing is like, for scammers, why don't you just like stop when you hit like a cool amount of money? Like you just go so far. Like
because you're a scammer.
You could have just stopped at like, I would have stopped at like $1 million maybe. Like, okay, let me just, exit the country, just make my escape plan because this shit's probably gonna crumble down at some point. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to take this any further. Like, I read an article about this lady, and she created this device that was supposed to, like, detect if you had, like, cancer or some shit, like, off of one drop of blood.
Okay.
And she sold it to, like, Walgreens and, like, CVS and, like, all these places had it. It was fake. It didn't do shit. Mm-hmm. And the results were fake, too. Okay. She made over, like, $400 million off of this shit. And I'm just like, fuck, why can't I think of something? Because
were there repercussions?
I just have a regular ass job out here, and I really wish I could be a scammer, but I just don't have the ideas or the story to follow through.
Oh my God.
I'd be mad when you hear different ideas like that. It's like, dang, that's a big come up.
Oh, well, you have a baby. I'm sure you saw fidget spinners. Mm-hmm. It was like they came and they were everywhere for like a month and then they went. And the guy, it's a teenager that invented it. Yeah. And he was straight up like, I just wanted to be a millionaire. So I came up with the idea. He's like, I figured kids were an easy market, because they don't really have their own money. It's their parents' money. And what parent says no to their kid for an item that's under $5? Like, he mapped the whole thing out. Yeah. He's like, so I contacted the manufacturer. We made this, and then I sold it. He's like, I'm a millionaire now. I don't want to sell anything else. Like, he said, maybe I'll come up with another idea, but maybe not.
You know what I think, though? Like, I feel like we come up with so many things on a daily basis. It's just the execution.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many things that we could put out in the air and say to our friends, but don't take the next step forward to execute it.
That's true.
Simple things.
Like
Uber.
Yeah.
Like, why any of us could have thought of Uber.
How simple.
Yeah.
How simple is an Uber or a Lyft? For
and
real.
I was going to say, and then just to copy it and be Lyft. Like, oh, I see that over there. I got you.
Think of the same thing right now and name it a different thing. Another, like a transportation system like that. It could pop off too. It's crazy.
Celebrity endorsement.
Right. And then it's just the
Instagram
freaking
girls a code.
execution. I don't know.
I had an idea. I was going to call it Goober, like girl Uber. Like, because, sometimes girls be scared to get an Uber.
Right.
Okay. With creepy guys. Look, that's what's up.
Yeah, but it'll be like all women drivers and stuff. But I'm just like, you can't really discriminate and not pick up men.
Yeah.
And you can't control.
Though, because why not?
But you can't control who's really going to get in it. You know how people request Ubers for other people?
And it could be a man that download the Goober app. And
his some dude, like his girlfriend could request him a Goober. And then like he get in the car. You know what I mean?
I'm not picking him up. I'm not picking you up, bro.
Be like, Ashley, where's like... I was an Uber driver, so this happened to me on a daily basis.
You look more like an Antoine, and I'm sorry. You can't hop up in here. This is not the ride for you. Exactly. Girl, Uber. I was very clear. I don't ask for much. If you have a girl with you,
that's fine.
Okay. Mm-hmm. But you're not just about to get in here. We're trying to minimize the killings.
So I probably should have kept this idea to myself and not said it on this podcast. But yeah.
Oh, well. No, that's okay because it's documented. If somebody do it.
Right.
We can go ahead and
here first.
Do
Uber was my idea.
It was here first.
Because I have been drunk before and get picked up by Uber and it's been a creepy looking dude. And I'm like, I really don't want to get in here, but I also really don't want to stand outside.
Right.
So it is what it is.
It is what it is. And I'm going to sit across from you so I can see you.
As a female Uber driver, do you know how scary it is, like picking men up at night?
I can only imagine.
They're just creeps.
They're creeps.
Yeah.
Having them sit behind you too?
Yeah.
Bro, you got to sit on the side of me so I can see you.
But you know what? I actually hate it when they sit
right
by
here
me.
so I can see you.
Bro. I've got the
that's scary.
in the back.
Yeah, that's scary. I don't. That's scary. And I've seen like lots of videos where they start acting weird and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Have you had somebody cancel a ride mid ride?
No.
No? Oh, okay. I know a lot of people try to do that.
So they don't got to pay?
Right.
I'll push you out of the car.
No, I've had people cancel it mid-ride, but they're like, can I cancel this and give you cash? And I'm like, yeah, let's do it right now.
Okay.
You got a 20 on you
right now.
See, I would hate like if they didn't try to give you the cash and it's like, oh, bro, now I got to kill you. Like, now we got to fight. Now we got to fight.
I think we did that in New Orleans. We were outside and it's a whole bunch of people standing, obviously, for Ubers. Mm-hmm. And I just kept walking up to the cars and they kept not being my Uber. So finally I just took out a 20. I'm like, anybody want to take me home?
Yeah, they do that. They heck could do that. Like some taxis.
I picked someone up from a Taylor Swift concert, like these two white girls, and they were like, hey, like, can you take us to downtown LA? We'll pay you like $80. And it was from Pasadena to downtown LA. And I was like, yeah, you have cash? Hop in.
Take you.
Yeah, and I got paid more in cash than I would have like
on the app, huh?
Mm-hmm. Because they take like a percentage of it.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, we just like went on a whole tangent.
I know we did. Huh?
Good ideas.
Brainstorming.
Right.
But you're in the age of the scammer here.
Yes.
And it's unfortunate that, these things go on as long as they do.
Do you believe that reports are saying that since this scandal went live all over the world because of social media, that the degrees from these schools are now being devalued because of this? I don't know if I believe that.
I feel like the degrees being devalued anyway.
Not already. I was going to say that.
Regardless of that, but maybe now even more because it's like that probably put a lot on it because it's like it's so.
Yeah, if y'all just paying to get in to even the best schools.
It's like you got a degree from. It's starting to become like.
I feel like you only need a degree to get into certain fields.
Yes,
because in the space that we live in right now, I don't think there's shit that you can't learn on YouTube.
And I think people have such a hard time with that. I'm not a parent yet, so I feel like people just give me the shut up. You don't know. You don't have kids. But it's like, I would have a really hard time telling my kid now in this time that you have to go to college. For what?
Right. I wouldn't.
If you don't want to be a doctor, a lawyer, something that requires a degree, what are you going to school for?
For what? I mean, at least take some time off, after you graduate high school to soul search a little bit.
If you want to go to community college,
right?
So
that's okay.
Figure it out,
right?
Did Mark Zuckerberg finish college?
No, he dropped out of Harvard.
Exactly. Look at him now.
That's what be giving me hope. Seriously, because society puts a lot of pressure for the college thing on people nowadays, especially our generation. And I be trying to tell people look, because I've had a lot of friends that go off to a 4-year immediately after high school, where they at now say. In the city with me, doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm. I know people that have 4-year degrees and live with their parents.
Right. And have a job that's not even in their field.
No, that they don't need a college degree to do.
And they're just in debt.
Right. And then in debt to get a job to pay the debt off, that's that you need 5 years experience for.
That you don't even want. Like, you don't even want this job.
It's crazy.
Really, it's only old people. Honestly, like, anybody who presses me about college is over 40.
Right.
And they're always like, if I complain or something about my life, or like, I just want to buy a house, but it's so hard, and I don't know what you just need to go back to school. And if you go to school, I'm like, sir, go to school and do what? Like, there's no jobs for that.
And also for, like, our generation, I feel like we are a creative generation as far as the arts and all that type of stuff go. Like, our parents, like, my mom, like, she's a social worker. She went to school to get her degree to become a social worker. And so, like, that's what she wanted to do. And I feel like college back then was what it was, maybe. Yeah. And that's why, as parents, they put that on us.
But they didn't have the technology.
They don't have the technology. Like, do you know Instagram, all these platforms, things that I love and have a passion for, I could put out there to the world and make some money off of, and I ain't got to go to school a lick. Maybe some trade, to get skilled in it and to get some experience and some hands-on type things. But a 4-year college where I got to study GEs and stuff like that, that's a waste. I mean, not a waste of time, but it's not for me. You know what I'm saying?
And I just feel like if it was free, like how other countries, Germany, other places in Europe have free college, okay, then everybody go.
Right.
But if I have to pay
and
more math that people aren't going to ask me about at my job, like,
the Pythagorean theorem, you need to know the hypotenuse for what?
Ma'am, I've worked at 3 financial institutions. Nobody's ever asked me.
I'm irritated. That's the type of stuff that irritates me. That's why I can't.
And y'all really pressed me about that.
Press.
I've been getting cussed up by my mama, going through stress.
All those stupid
coming to office hours after school.
In high school.
Why equals MX plus B? What's the slope gonna do for me in this field? Please let me know.
I'm begging for somebody to ask me the slope because I remember.
Right.
It's like, I want to be challenged. Nobody cares.
I'm like, maybe the doctors and scientists of the world use that stuff. And thank God for you people that actually care about that stuff.
Right. Because if we didn't have them, then what? But that's what they want to do.
Exactly.
And usually stuff like that's predetermined. Yeah. Like, growing up, like, I love this, or I want to always help people. That's what you're going to always be working
I feel like
on.
Doctors are groomed from childhood, kind of like how basketball players are.
Kind of.
You know?
Yeah. I feel that.
I think those are the people that know in elementary, like, I'm going to be a doctor.
Exactly. I 100% agree. Or a lawyer, or stuff like that, Because that takes, like, extra, like, after you graduate, you got to go into, like,
that's where I'm like, no, you go to school.
Right, this is for you. That's for you. But if you don't know and you got different things you're doing...
Like, my friend, she studies, like, cancer research, and I've known her since 3rd grade. And I'm like, boom, that makes sense. Like, you were never good at coloring. You're not good at making things.
Right. So that's for her. That's
You're
for her.
You're good at science. Like, boom, that's for you.
Right.
But besides that, for the rest of us, I don't really know.
I know.
But before we get out of here, let's play Marry or Murder with you.
Ooh, okay.
I don't know who your celebrity crushes are or anything.
I don't really have any.
But I feel like maybe we can mix this up. We have to give you well-known people, though. We can't be like last time and struggle with this. Okay. So, Marry or Murder? Rich the Kid.
Murder.
All right. Marry or Murder? Rick Ross.
He cute. I would marry Rick Ross.
He got the biggest house in America.
I would marry Rick Ross. Marry.
All right, Rick Ross.
Meek Mill.
Marry.
I would marry Meek Mill.
Boom,
He's cool.
Would too.
He's cool.
Marry or Murder? Lil Durk.
Murder.
I don't like those dreads either.
I'm cool off that. Sorry.
Fuck, marry, kill. Blueface, YG, Nipsey.
I gotta marry Nip.
Okay, that's smart. I would marry Nipsey.
I like me some Nip. Blueface, YG.
Who you gonna kill? Who you gonna
kill? Blueface. Ew. I guess I would have to fuck YG.
And just get out of there.
Just get out now. I mean, yeah.
Tooted and booted.
Yeah, go ahead. We good. After that, we good.
Okay, the Millennium Tour is coming up here in Los Angeles. We got Fuck, Marry, Kill, B2K.
Oh, no. We can go ahead and off all of them. Maybe Little Fizz I would keep just because he kind of cute. Wait, did you see those videos of them on Twitter dancing?
I don't like it. I'm glad I didn't buy my ticket.
Okay, everybody's glad they didn't buy their ticket. What was that? The court.
Come on, girl. Fuck, marry, kill. You got Raspy, Lil Fizz,
Omarion. I would marry Omarion. I would fuck Lil Fizz. What's the other one?
Raspy.
Oh, yeah. Got to go.
Yeah.
And J-Bug.
J-Bug.
Because there's so I guess you have to kill two.
Yeah. Raspy and J-Bug, they got to go.
I feel that.
What? Okay, so since we're on this, we're going to do Chingy, Mario, and Pleasure P.
Pleasure P.
No. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna change it. Spectacular.
Spectacular. So wait, give us the 3 again then.
Spectacular, Mario, and Chingy.
Okay.
Chingy, kill. Mario,
I'm
marry.
really offended by that. Right there was a classic.
It was, but it just wasn't good enough for me to compete with marry or kill. Marry or
You
or fuck.
were young. Maybe you didn't hit your chicken head. It's all
No,
right.
hey, when you said Chingy, I swear to God, in my head, I started doing my chicken head to like.
Oh, what you do?
Okay, who was it? Chingy,
Mario.
And spectacular.
spectacular. I had to.
Yeah,
Smash.
You gotta smash that. He be
Smash
up on the
that.
stage and stuff.
Yeah,
So, you know, you
that's a
get
smash.
It.
Mario, marry.
Okay.
Chingy, yeah, gotta
Kill
go.
him.
Okay.
You gotta marry
Yeah.
Mario. I can feel your heart.
Yeah, all that. That's exactly what inspired that decision.
Let
I
me
promise you.
love
And Let Me Love You made me feel a type of way.
He's gonna be there for you.
Okay.
Clearly.
I mean, I guess he was apologizing for the perfume and shit on the shirt, but we can
Everybody
overlook
looked at. That was like years ago, right?
Oh my god. Okay. Fuck, marry, kill. Odell Beckham.
He's gay.
He's gay. I
As
know.
fuck.
Let me know.
I'm
Everybody
sorry.
thinks he's gay. Is it the
I've seen
hair?
him. No, he be on some like little gay tendencies. I've been to his house, like with some homegirls and stuff. Like there was a big party, and he's like on some weird.
Is this
shit.
his house when he lived with Drake? Because I also thought was a little gay.
A little gay that
That they
living
were-
together?
that they were roommates?
That's sus to me. That's sus to me.
And I was gonna put him in the fuck, marry, kill. Drake, Odell Beckham, French Montana, because they be friends.
That's sus. That's a whole group of susness. Odell Beckham's so fine though.
He is fine. So it's like if he's gay, that's such a waste.
That's tragedy.
Like Trey Songz. Like, they out of here. I'm
Songz
sorry.
gay.
Out
Yeah.
I don't need that.
Odell.
If you're a question mark, I can't put you in the category.
I feel wrong even saying that I would do anything with these potentially gay. That's real. But Odell Beckham is fine, so I just might have. Oh.
So it's
French kill.
Kill French Montana. Get him out here, huh?
Odell Beckham and who's the other one?
Drake.
Drake. Ooh, I would marry Drake,
There you go.
and I'd smash Odell.
Okay. Good job.
Yeah.
These are good choices.
Yeah.
Do you have a final one?
A final fuck, marry, kill. Eggs, bacon, sausage.
Bacon's.
Someone gave me that as an option before for this game, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Please tell me how I'm supposed to fuck some eggs or some bacon, please. But do you want a real answer?
Sure.
I'll just go ahead and kill the eggs.
Okay.
Bacon, I gotta smash the sausage. And the bacon, we could get married. Bacon's cool.
Okay.
I got a place in my heart forever.
Well, thanks for joining us
Thank
today.
you guys for having me. I had so much fun. Has it been an hour?
Yeah.
It has.
With the special breakfast edition of
I
Fuck, Marry, Kill.
had so much fun. I'm so happy I got to come in here with you guys.
I'm happy to meet you.
Me too.
And maybe Summer has competition. I don't know.
Yeah, girl. I saw her comment on Twitter. Kelsey's cool, but there's no competition. Summer. There might
came
be some
for you.
competition. No, just kidding.
She's very nice.
But no, I had so much fun.
All right, guys. So if you have any questions or comments today, please hit us up at asksoshesaid@gmail.com or DM us at SoSheSaid on Instagram. And go ahead and plug yourself, man. Where can our fans find you?
I have an Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram at She's Kelsey. Should I spell it? SHESKELSIE.
Yeah, and what's your
You
Twitter?
can find me. Twitter, same thing. She's Kelsey.
Boom.
She's Kelsey.
Brand continuity.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.